All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Drums and Drams Thursday night live stream. Running a little late tonight, as you can tell. Got out of a rehearsal. Actually, got out a little bit earlier than I thought, but had to get some food in my body because I figured, you know what, we're doing a big rye whiskey blind flight tonight. It's not super high proof, but it's not low proof either. Everything tonight's going to be between 100, 110, maybe a little bit over that. But anyways, we got a lot of fun stuff. We got a great giveaway for tonight as well. It's been, I think, 2 weeks since I've done a Thursday night live stream with all of you. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be good to get back to it. All right. So yeah, that is the plan for this evening. We'll get into the details here in just a second. I want to make sure I'm all set up and ready to go. I'm going to be tracking super chats for giveaways tonight. Again, thanks to Amy Bohm for hooking me up with this spreadsheet, which is just so incredibly helpful for doing that. I got one last thing I need to pull up here on my end, which is random.org, just for later in the stream when we do the giveaway. And then we'll get going here. Let me know as you're coming in what you're sipping on tonight. I know some people are probably hanging out with Dan and Julie Like over on Like Time Whiskey. If you're bouncing back and forth, other people are probably live as well. If you do stop by, really appreciate you being here. Just want to say cheers. I'm warming up the palate as usual with a little Eagle Rare store pick. So cheers to everybody. All right. I think we are in business here. Let me say hello to a few people up front. Hey, if you're jumping in right now, please hit that like button. Let's get some more folks hanging out this evening. Most of the time, these late night streams get, by the first 30, 45 minutes or so, the traffic gets kind of crazy and there's a lot of people in here. So I hope that that's going to be the case tonight. So hit that like button, help us out. First and foremost, holy crap, Paul Graham. This was early. This was 2 hours before the stream started. He dropped a 50, having dinner with his family tonight. Have a great show. Paul, thank you so much, man. If you see this on the replay, I'm going to put Paul in. He's already in for 10 entries in tonight's giveaway. All right, so there we go. Paul is one of the people that makes this channel go round. One of the big supporters. Roy. So, Roy, yes, I did get those. Sorry, I was up till 4 a.m. last night working, and so things have just been kind of crazy. I got the Lagavulin 21 samples yesterday, and I'm going to link up with Mike and Dustin. I think I'll probably be able to communicate with them this weekend. Things are a little hazy until Saturday for me, so that'll be when I can do that. Gary Franchi, what's up, man? Top Dog's in the house. Oh, just did a Weller foolproof barrel pick. That's awesome. Mark says, looking forward to this one. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun show tonight. Robbie Bassett, what's up, man? Hey, you're speaking of Robbie and Daniel Perez, if he's in the house here. Your stuff is going out tomorrow morning. It's all boxed up and everything. I just got to make a FedEx run in the morning on my way in to teach. And what kind of music do I play? Everything. Mostly classical, orchestral, contemporary, solo percussion music. So if you don't know what that is, that's okay. And then obviously I grew up playing drum set in bands and stuff like that. I really get to do a little bit of everything. Playing with what's left of The Who, October 9th. So that'll be fun. Lots of different stuff. Side man, front man, whatever it needs to be. Amy Bohm, what's up? Jeb Singleton, let's see. That's funny. Watching football in the other room, and my girlfriend and I hear a man's voice. No big deal, just Cam. I don't know about man. Maybe small man or large boy is more like it. Joe, let Mash and Journey Barrel King pick get some air after my Eagle Rare warm-up. I love the Eagle Rare warm-up. You know I do. The Barrel King stuff, I still haven't tried any of it. Really curious about it. I know who the guys are behind it. I've been in some of their groups before on Facebook, some of the Fight Club groups of theirs. I don't want to speculate any, though. So I just need to try it first and see what's going on with all that stuff. Gary's killing some Shelford's Redemption Weeded Bourbon. I don't think I've had that one. Colin says my money is on the Indiana Rye all day long. Oh, Josh Horn, your barrel 10 year. The barrel 10 year that I gave you. What's up, dude? Josh Horn, guys, we're tasting a couple of new bottles tonight. I'm gonna kick the stream off with those first. First and foremost, the Yellowstone 2022 Limited. I didn't think I was gonna get my hands on this. I haven't been able to go out and hunt. Things have been a little crazy. And then the Remus Repeal 6. Josh Horn hooked me up with both of these. So thank you, Josh. Josh is a good friend of family friend, I guess. Am I old enough to have family friends that aren't my parents' friends? God, I guess I am. So Josh is a family friend. JG's getting in on the giveaway. Thank you, man. 877 MASH now. And he wants his whiskey. Here we go. I got you, Jay. Yeah, Amy, playing with the Who on the 9th, I think. I think it's October 9th. I think it's a Sunday. So still not exactly sure. I just got the music in. I got to see what we're doing, because there's going to be an orchestra with them. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be playing, or what those parts, some of those parts that these touring rock bands have when they bring in an orchestra to play with them. It's like whoever arranged the music did the most terrible job. You're playing these notes and you're like, why am I even here? And sometimes they're really cool. Like, I don't know. I've done a Great Elton John show before and other stuff like that. But some of the touring acts have these goofy orchestrations. All right. So let's talk giveaway real quick. Get this banner up on the screen. Guys, so as usual with the giveaway, you can super chat. Every $5 is one entry. I'm tracking all of those giveaway entries on a second monitor below the screen I'm looking at here. I will share my screen at the end of the live stream. Draw for that through a randomizer, fully transparent. So like a raffle ticket, every $5 in super chats gets you one entry. You can also, preferably for me, if you want to really help support the channel, I'll still shout you out. I'll still put your message on the screen or say your message. But Venmo and PayPal, that information is in the description of the video. That way YouTube doesn't take 30%. And you just let me know in the chat that that you sent that money through. I'll check it at the end, make sure everybody's accounted for, and go about it that way. Tonight's giveaway is an epic bottle. I traded a bigger bottle for two of these, and you guys know Michter's 10 Rye is basically one of my favorite bottles. It's hard for me to not just sit and drink these every day. It's a little expensive to do that, unfortunately. So I'm giving away a 2021 Michter's 10 Rye tonight in the spirit of doing a blind rye flight, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. So there's going to be two giveaway winners this evening. The Michter's 10 is for the person whose name is first at the end on the randomizer. And the person whose name is second will get a sample pack of all of the rye whiskeys that I try tonight, as well as Remus 6 Yellowstone 2022. So you're going to get a pretty cool sample pack. And you'll see what whiskeys I'm tasting tonight to know which of those are going to be in that sample pack. So two winners tonight for the giveaway. Last time we gave one of these Michter's 10 Ryes away, it was a big hit. So we're going to do it again. And I'm really excited about that. Oh, Matt Porter's in the house. What is up, my man? Boyd is working on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522. Jake's killing a Russell's 10. Nice. I need to really review that B522. Dustin opened his what did you open the other day, Dustin? What was it? Yeah, Jeb. Thank you for the $20 super chat, man. Let me down here. I promise we are going to get to drinking whiskey tonight. I just had a sample of the Michter's 10 Rye. Hopefully it's a sign. Hell of a lineup. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, Jeb. Thank you for the $20 super chat. I got you in. This is going to be great. Oh, $20 came in through Venmo from, who is that? Is that Josh Horn? Unable to load. Josh, was that you in Venmo? Yeah, it was. All right, man. I got you. Josh. He says, support the brand. Drumsanddrams brand. Oh, Dustin says Michter's 10 Rye. Oh, nice. It is so good. Michter's 10 Rye is incredible. Top Dog, do my best to stay up. Top Dog, if you do end up going to bed and you win the giveaway, I will let you know, my man. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I got you in. I appreciate it. All right. So let's crack open one of these bottles first. Let's do the yellow. Let's do the Remus. Let's do the Remus first. Remus 6. And as we do this, oh, this is a different kind of wrapping on the top. It's wrapped all the way across. So let's see. There we go. Okay. Man, this is a much more involved plastic wrap this time around. The last ones, I don't think were like this. All right, let's get this Eagle Rare out. It's time for some Remus Batch 6 action here. Here we go. This is for you, Matt Porter. Matt Porter. America. Oh, man, that's the highest pitched cork pop. Oh, now it's super low pitched. The first one was crazy. It was really high pitched. So let's see what's going on with this. Remus Batch 6. You guys have seen all the videos already, I'm sure. The Bourbon Junkies. Jason released his the other day. I watched a little bit of Jason's review on this, and he mentioned that the best comparison out of the Remus Repeal lineup to Batch 6, because this is a younger blend, is going to be Remus Batch 2. So I have Batch 2 out for this comparison, but I want to review 6 on its own first before we get into that. So let's see what this is all about here. Yeah, Whiskey Row. Michter's 10 Rye. Now, yeah, that's my love language, is Michter's 10 Rye. All right, so let's get into this. As you all know, Remus 100 proof, 50% ABV. Majority of this stuff is 8 to 10 years old. All right. So this is obviously a fresh cork pop, but it's kind of sharp on the nose. Like, very alcoholic, ethanol forward is the first thing I'm getting here. Yeah. There's a ton of cinnamon and kind of just a bright spiciness to go along with that ethanol note. And you can tell that it's fruity, but it seems like the fruit is a little bit obscured by just how prevalent the alcohol is here. So let me give this a vigorous swirling and see if we can get this to do some other things. Obviously, once I get it onto the palate, it might be a little different, but you know, I've seen the mixed reviews on this bottle. I wanted to try it for myself because I'm a humongous MGP fanboy. Ross and Squibb. That's not a great first impression on the nose, though. Yeah, it's also really herbal, floral, bright, spicy, and all of the woodiness and the fruit is super in the background. It's like it's far away, and everything else is yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to get a little bit of a powdered sugar note, which I like. It's sweetening up a little bit in the glass already. That's what this thing needs, I think. Joe, drinking out of a Ben Ewan glass that I bought when drinking during one of your prior streams, solid glassware. Let me grab that. I'm going to continue to sing the praises of these Ben Ewan glasses, everybody. In fact, let me transfer this pour of Remus into the Ben Ewan and see what effect it has, because this thing softens up alcohol on the nose, and because this whiskey is so alcohol forward right now, this might help it. Kinda. Kinda. It's definitely got more of a citrus lemon note in here in this glass, and a woody, earthier quality to it. It's not that pleasant. I'm gonna say, like, this whiskey smells kind of young. It doesn't smell, even for an 8 to 10 year MGP product, between the 21 and 36% rye bourbon mash bills. Like, I have in my head what that is, which I usually reference the Redemption High Rye Bourbon and the Redemption Bourbon in the little squat bottles. I have some of those right back here behind me on the shelf. I'm not getting that same kind of impression here. It feels young. I don't know. Yeah, Jeb, you should apologize for the glass expenditures. Yeah, this stuff, these are not cheap. One of these days, I'm going to bulk order like 12 of them of these glasses, though, because they are awesome. I've got to say. Especially like Scotch and Armagnac, I think does fantastic in these glasses. Jeffrey Wack, what's up, dude? Hello again to you, whiskey friend. All right. Awesome, guys. Hit that like button on your way in. 52 hanging out right now. It's an awesome number. I think it's going to continue to go up. But yeah, please hit that like button on your way in. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the glass I was using before. I'm going to get out of this Ben Ewan glass. Let's taste this thing. Cheers. Wow, that hit me really hard. Really, really hard. The finish, the finish, like the flavor part of the finish is pretty short on this. Well, maybe not. Tons of spice on the finish. The young whiskey in here, or younger whiskey, is definitely helping the spice hang around. But I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about this at this point. Have you guys in the chat had this Remus Repeal Batch 6? Let me know if you have and what you think of it. Now, look, I know the Gatsby Reserve just dropped. I think in Illinois, I'm seeing pictures come out of Illinois, which is, excuse me, I'm burping up my Chipotle. It's like 15-year MGP at cask strength that they just dropped. Secondary price is around 400, 425. And I don't know, SRP, I don't really know what that would be. Probably around 200, 250, I would imagine. But cask strength for that 15-year is below 100 proof, which is probably why they couldn't make it a bottled and bond product. It's like 97.8 or maybe something around there. So, yeah. Robbie says, might not make it through this one. Currently at work. Dude, what are you doing? It's late work for you. But cheers, Cam, and can't wait to try those Barstown samples. Yeah, they are going to be on their way in the morning on my way to work. So I'll get those in the mail for you and Daniel Perez. Gary Franchi, thanks for this, man. He says 250 is the Michigan State minimum for the Gatsby. Okay. Usually Michigan State minimums can be pretty high from what I've seen, although 250 for that seems reasonable. 15-year MGP, that's not the worst thing. Plus the presentation. Let's be honest. The Gatsby Reserve and the Volstead, they look like bottles that you would find in Gotham City in like an evil, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Riddler would have something like that, maybe, or Penguin. I don't know. Mark says, I'm in for 25 over on PayPal. Let me see. Oh, I've missed a few Venmos here, guys. Oh, wow. I missed a whole hell of a lot. I'll get to these in a second. Mark, thank you for letting me know. Guys, I'm going to shout you out in just a second, but I want to keep going on this Remus 6 so I don't get too sidetracked. All right, so starting to sweeten up. That powdered sugar note is coming through a little bit more prominently at this point. But it's got that, when you have a young MGP product, a lot of Penelopes get this note where it's this bright ethanol combined with a bright spiciness. It's almost like an indistinct, just bright spice. I don't know what you want to call it. White pepper. That's what when I have an indistinct spice that I can't place, I'm just like, that's white pepper. Okay. Some of the young Penelope bottlings get this note, and I'm getting that out of here, which that's like 4 and 5 year whiskey. And I don't like that I'm getting that kind of a profile. Not on all of this. Like, it's not fully covered up by that. But 50% of the experience right now is too young for me. Yeah. It's now the sweetness, vanilla powdered sugar sweetness, feels a little bit sticky and like cloying, like kind of too sweet for what the whiskey is. I don't know. I don't think that this is a very integrated profile. I think there's a lot of different things going on that haven't found their way to come together. And of course, fresh cork pop, whatever. I'm not so sure about it. Let's go to the Remus 2, which I think is as Jason said in his video, like it's the most fair comparison in terms of ages. This stuff is all 10 to 11 years old instead of 8 to 10. So it's the closest we're going to get, really. Yeah, that's completely different. It almost smells, in comparison, it almost smells like a Dusty in comparison. It's so fundamentally different from batch 6 to batch 2. I've always liked batch 2, but not to this extent. This smells incredible compared to batch 6. And it's sad to see this line now somewhat faltering compared to the last 5 releases. I know we got a little spoiled value-wise, 13 to 15-year whiskey in batch 5. I understand that. This is a little disappointing. I'm going to taste batch 2 now. Wow. So much dark fruit on batch 2. Tobacco, sweet oak. Soup. Oh, it's so fruity. Wow. And seriously, almost a dusty kind of note to it. Batch 6, coming back to it, that sharp lemon, citrus, kind of lemon oil note. It definitely has that kind of powdered sugar sweetness I was talking about. And a char component is now coming out of the glass. A little bit of a bitter char note that I wasn't picking up before I compared it to batch 2. Yeah, that's not it for me. At $100 bucks, $110, it's a pass. It's an easy pass, especially if you go to a store and you can find any of the previous Remus batches sitting on the shelf. That's a buy for me. Batch 6, I don't think it's there. So let's get these out of the way. I will be curious to see if these change or if batch 6 changes with time. Of course, whoever is the second place giveaway winner this evening is going to be getting themselves a sample of that, along with all these rye whiskeys I'm going to taste. And the next bottle that I'm going to taste tonight, which is Yellowstone 2022. This is the last thing I'm going to taste before the blind rye whiskey flight. But I want to get this out of the way so I can focus the rest of the stream on all these rye whiskeys. Yeah, so let's see what we got going on with this one. I lost my pocket knife, so this is going to be a really shitty tack strip or faux tack strip tear job. A tear job. Yeah, it's just going to look like dog shit. That's okay. Oh, that's a nutty bugger. Uh-oh. All right. So let's get to some of your let's get to the chat real quick, and then I'm going to catch up on all the super chats coming in through PayPal and Venmo. And then we'll get on to this Yellowstone 2022. Let me know what you're sipping on tonight. Those of you just now jumping in, I think I'm seeing people kind of jump between streams, it seems like, in the way that the numbers are fluctuating. So yeah, let me know what you got in your glass this evening. Cheers to Krista. Oh, Krista Ginsburg. Mark, I got you on PayPal. I'll get you. Saucy Shane, what is up? 97.8 is the proof on the Gatsby. Okay. What else? Yeah, Jay, googly eyes. Yeah, some of these are older bottles. One Mocast. I think I saw a super chat come in from you. If I ever run across another Remus 5, I may be scared what I'm willing to pay. Yeah, I'd go to 150 on Remus 5. That's a great bottle. Paul Graham, thank you. Another $25 super chat, man. You're the freaking best, dude. Thank you so much, Paul. Adam, we got Adam in for 20. He says, count me in, Cam. Cheers. Cheers to that, Adam. Thank you so much. Fingers crossed for the giveaway for you guys. Speaking of Dusties, Knob Creek 18 is phenomenal, says Saucy Shane. That is one that I am about to pay secondary for. which is not too much over SRP. Secondary is like $275 with shipping included. $200 SRP plus tax. It's really not that big of an upcharge when you think about it. I don't know that I'm going to find one here in Ohio on the shelf, so I'll probably trade for it or pay secondary. Huh. All right. Speaking of Dusties, oh, that's what Saucy Shane says. Yeah. JC, I literally passed on 6 and picked up 2 more of 5. That's the best choice you could have made, JC. That Remus 6 is not it. Not it. Nancy Fraley's in the house. I'll get to your comment just a second, Nancy. Robbie's in again. Thank you, Robbie. Guys, I'm going to try to catch up on all these super chats. Holy smokes. Hear about the Cast Rank Lost Monarch? Cannot wait. Yes, I have. That is at the top of my list of things that I want to try this year. Okay. Real quick, let me call out a few names, get them into the giveaway, and say thank you publicly. Wow. Let's see. My Venmo's having a hard time loading for some reason. Give me one sec, guys. In the meantime, I'll bump over to PayPal for you guys. Okay. Nancy says, hey, Cam, so sorry I'm just joining tonight. No, Nancy, geez, I started super late, 10:15, so you're right on time. It's been a long day going through 125 Wyoming whiskey barrels. So I'm just popping in, looking forward to hear your thoughts on the Yellowstone. Yeah, I'm going to get to that right now. Geez, I don't know how you do 125 barrels in a day. I mean, I know that's just another day at work for you, but that's so crazy. That is so crazy. Well, it's good to have you here, Nancy. Saucy Shane paid $175 for that Knob 18. That's very nice. Kilco, dude, what is up? Get you in here. One shot, also made it safely to Kentucky. Looking forward to much bourbon. That's awesome. Enjoy your time there. All right, Mark. Cam, looking forward to this one tonight. I got you. Mark into the giveaway. 5 entries. Appreciate you so much. $25 super chat. What else do we got here? Amy is coming in hot with a $50 super chat. She wants in on this. God, I got to catch up. 10 entries for Amy. She says, coming for you, Paul G. I want to win this. Paul Graham, you got some competition from Amy. That's cool. That's awesome. So this Yellowstone smells pretty nice. I'm digging this. I think it's a blend of what? 7, 15, and 16-year age bourbons, finished in Marsala Superiore, as Matt Porter would say. Yeah, 101 proof. Some nice aged whiskey in the blend, although we don't know the blending proportions. Right away, smells like it's got a nice aged bourbon nose, kind of like a raspberry jam note. Oh, yeah. And there's an interesting... really interesting wine note coming out of this from that finishing cask. I like this. I like this a lot. A little bit nutty, but it's really nice. That last nose smelled like what is that? Like white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. I think that's what I want to say. Like white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. I think that's it. Guys, this has got a nice nose to it. Little bit of peanut, but it's not too much. Not overtaking the whiskey. Color on this stuff, nice color to it. Let's give it a taste. Ooh. A little nuttier on the palate. Tons and tons and tons of brown sugar on this. It's very spicy pie crust is the best way to put it on the palate. Spicy pie crust, some peanuts, all kind of surrounded by that raspberry preserve note. Yeah, that white chocolate raspberry cheesecake thing. It's really nice. It has a kind of a silky, delicate feel on the palate for 101 proof. But then when you swallow, it gets super gritty and intense and textured on the palate. So it's kind of disjunct in that way, but I don't hate it because I like a bourbon that's really silky smooth when you first take the sip. And I also like bourbons that have some oomph to them, a little grittiness, some texture. This has both of those, just at different times in the drinking experience. That's really nice. Fans of anything Jim Beam are going to love this. I think if you ever had the Jim Beam Distiller's Masterpiece, which was the PX Sherry finished stuff that they put out in that kind of beautiful presentation, you're going to dig this whiskey. It's not quite as refined as that Distiller's Masterpiece, but I think it makes up for the refinement just in kind of brute force on the palate, you know, like the drinking experience. It's a fun whiskey to drink because there's so many layers to it, not only in the flavor profile, but in the drinking experience front to back. It's getting just a little too nutty for me. That's, you know, I don't like peanutty whiskeys. The more I'm sipping on it, the more that's becoming obvious. But the first nose, it was fine. So we'll see. I would imagine that blending proportion wise, the majority of this is their 7-year. It feels to me like if I'm just spitballing a number, let's say it's 60% 7-year, the other 40% is like 15 and 16. I don't know if any of that information is online, but it feels like the more I'm acclimating to it, that I'm picking up a little bit more of that 7-year Yellowstone whiskey in there. All right. So I want to compare this to last year's release. I brought all of these out. I am gonna get to the Venmo super chats, guys. I do promise you. I have not forgotten. My Venmo's just being super wacky. I don't know if I need to maybe update it or something. It's not showing me all the names. Okay. Wow, you guys are incredibly generous. Seriously. All right, Kyle McDowell coming in, $20 super chat. Kyle is in the chat right now, I do believe. Thank you, Kyle. And he says Thursday night shenanigans. Yeah, there we go. Daniel Patterson, thank you so much, man, with the $20 super chat. Shout out Daniel Patterson, who again is one of like the biggest supporters of the channel. Tim H, who Tim, I saw you say something here. Jimmy John's Pizzas, I think, is who Tim H is, if I'm not mistaken. Coming in with a $20 super chat, 4 more entries into the giveaway. I'm almost through them. I promise. Adam S in for the drawing, or maybe that was Adam S. Let me know. I saw it up there earlier in the chat. Adam is in. Make sure I spell your name right. There we go. 4 entries. And last but not least, Joe W. in lieu of super chat. Thanks for the great streams. And thank you, Joe, for entering the giveaway. Best of luck to all you guys. Got you all in. You're killing it on the super chats. I seriously appreciate all of you so much. Tim H is Jimmy John's Pizzas. All right. There you go. And I see Adam S now. Okay. So let's talk about these previous Yellowstones. 2020 edition was an Armagnac cask finish, and I thought this was the hottest mess of all limited release whiskeys to come out of the year 2020. COVID, no COVID, whatever happened in 2020. This whiskey is just a disaster pour. I don't think there was anything redeeming about this. Felt like a waste of Armagnac barrels. Yeah, that ain't it. All right, so I'm going to pour that into my infinity glass. Now let's move on to something that I actually did really enjoy, which is the 2021 Yellowstone. And let's do that side by side with this 2022 and see what's going on. And we're also going to get some different music going here. All right. So let's see. We got the 2022 over here on your right side. 2021 is what I'm taking a look at now for this comparison. I loved this 2021 Yellowstone. I couldn't say enough about it. The finish was in Amarone casks. It was a blend of 15 and 7 year, similar to this. I would imagine there's quite a bit of 15 year actually in the 2021 edition. Yeah, Nancy, the Yellowstone is very nice. It's getting away from that as it's sitting in the glass just a bit. Josh and I, yeah, we had some bundt cake on Monday night. We have a Monday night hang where we all get together, a bunch of different people that Sarah played soccer with on her soccer team, and they become great friends. And we get together every Monday night. We had some bundt cake there. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, Josh. Wow. Both the 2022 and the 2021 Yellowstones on the nose are really nice. The 2021, a little more classic bourbon profile with less of the wine influence from the finishing cask. Just more of like sticky sweet caramel syrup type notes. Yeah, I remember thinking that this was kind of like an ice cream shop type whiskey, you know, vanillas, caramels, chocolates, really standard stuff, done very well with an added red fruit component that's not overtaking the whiskey from the wine cask. And the palate on it is so sweet. Much more on the sweet side and the darker profile side. Although the nose on this 2022 is so good. We're back to the white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. And the palate drinks almost like a Booker's. Like a wine cask finished Booker's to me. A little bit on that nutty side. So I would say in terms of cohesive whiskey, I like the 2021 a little bit better. And even just selfishly flavor profile wise, I think it aligns with what I like. But the 2022 has a fantastic nose. The drinking experience is a little bit more brawny. And I think it's going to appeal to a lot of like Jim Beam, you know, diehard Jim Beam fans. If you like the nuttier Heaven Hill stuff, you're going to like this Yellowstone 22. And just in general, it's a really solid whiskey. Now, price point on this, $120 in my market, $100 in some other areas. Is this worth it? I think at 100, it's just an average limited release. Like 120 is really tough. It's what I paid for it, what Josh paid for it, and I reimbursed him. Thank you, Josh. At 120, I don't know about it. At 100, I think, like, look, Booker's is 100. This to me is a better whiskey than a lot of most of the recent Booker's releases. So that's where I sit. It's like if you know you like a Jim Beam profile, if you like a wine finished whiskey that has a decent bit of wine influence here in the way of, oh, there's something funky on the finish. We'll get to that. If you like a wine finished whiskey where it doesn't taste winey, but it just has more red fruit notes, then you're going to like this. I just got something really bitter. 30 seconds later, a minute later. Let me take another sip. Weird. Huh. Just checking in on the old super chats here in PayPal and Venmo. Yeah, there's something kind of dry and... Ooh, that's not good. There's something on the back end of this Yellowstone 2022. Oh, that's not good. It's like skunky. If you've ever had an over sherried scotch, something that's sat in a sherry cask a little too long, it gets kind of skunky. I have a Bellmead brandy finish. It was a distillery exclusive. It was finished some ungodly amount of time in brandy barrels. And it's so overtaken and so skunky. That's the only way to describe it. It's like super tart fruit that's not pleasant. This unfortunately has it on the back end. Oh, that sucks, man. All right, I got to revise my thoughts on this 2022 Yellowstone then. Now it feels really disjunct to me because I was saying the nose and the palate were pretty different, but I liked it. But now you get to the finish, and the finish is so dry and bitter and skunky and tart that I think when you've got a nose, a palate, and a finish that are all completely disjunct, there's not even a through thread. I got to say I'm not a fan of that now. So that kind of sucks because I liked it at first. Yeah. All right. Well, formal review coming on that. Let's just say it that way. What a weird whiskey. Let's do a little blend of the 2021 and the 2022. Yeah, I just took a sip of that 2021. That's the one. That's the one. Out of the last 3 years, the 21 is a great whiskey, and I think it's worth the limited pricing, 100, 120. I do. Wow. All right. So Toshi Bake, I see you jumping in here, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Toshi, in here with Nancy. You guys are going to link up on that, on those bottles and things soon. So excited, man. Toshi, I can't wait to hear what you think if and when, you crack the sample of the Magnus Family Reserve. Very cool. Yeah, Daniel P., I see the ADHD Rare Character Rye. Where's it at? Over here. Yeah, so this is going to go in the blind flight that I'm about to do, which is going to be 7 rye whiskeys. I just got to take one more sip of this Yellowstone 21 and 22 blend, and then we're going to get into what is an insane rye whiskey flight. The 21 definitely helps the 22 in that blend. I will say that. All right. Here we go. Let's line them up. Let's line up these bottles. I don't even know if I have enough glasses. I think I need... No, I've got the number. I've got the number of glasses to do this. So this is going to be awesome. You guys saw on the thumbnail that I was going to do an Indiana versus Kentucky rye flight tonight. I've been thinking about doing this for a few weeks. Wasn't able to go live last week. And here we are now. I haven't done a blind flight in a long time. When I tend to do them on the channel, I tend to do stuff where Sarah will pour me blind whiskeys and I'm testing myself, usually in preparation for Matt Madness. This time, I'm going to pour these tonight in front of all of you. I'm going to label the glasses. I didn't have a chance to do it before the stream started. I do apologize. We'll hang out while I do it. It'll take like a couple of minutes. But I'm going to label these glasses. I'm going to mix them up here on my own and just have the list next to me of which one is what. And then at the end, I will reveal them. I'm going to put them in an order. I'll try to do 1 through 7. That's so many whiskeys to try to rank. So we'll see if I survive. I have to play a concert tomorrow night. As long as I'm conscious for tomorrow night. Actually, I have to teach at 12:45 tomorrow. So as long as I'm conscious by 12:45, we're good. But we got 700, 110 proof rye whiskeys to go through. And I'm going to do my best to not get too slammered. And I may be using a spit cup for the first part of this. Just to kind of, first pours might go into a spit cup. something I've been trying to do to be a little bit more responsible with my whiskey consumption. So I'm not trying to act bougie. I know sometimes I can, I'm not trying to act bougie, I promise. I'm just going to be spitting a little bit. All right, let me check out the chat, guys. So Nancy's talking Wyoming whiskey. I've been working through some this week that is absolutely heavenly. I've been going through some 7, 9, and 10-year stock. That's crazy. Nancy, I need to try some of this Wyoming stuff. That's the one whiskey I regret not being able to try at the Junkies meetup, that one of the bottles you sent. Places in Kentucky. I mean, I go down to Kentucky, and I when I do it, I'm in and out. I haven't done a big extensive Kentucky visit ever, really. It's usually like I'll stay one night at most. Usually it's a day trip. So that said, like, I love Bardstown Bourbon Company. The food's great. I still haven't been to Willett to try the egg salad sandwich. If you get up in North Kentucky, you're going to go to Party Source. That's a great spot, to check out Party Source and everything. Total Wine, I go there because we don't have Total Wine in Ohio. Yeah. Donnie, dude, what is up, man? Cheers. Daniel, I'm going to make this quick, dude. I can't even believe I said that. There's no way I'm going to do my best to make this quick. Jesus. Hydration is key. Yeah. Nancy says, Cam, I'm sure some samples of old. Oh, Nancy, don't tell me that. You know what? Nancy, if you want to, maybe we do another stream and we focus on some Wyoming whiskey stuff. We could do that. I don't know how that feels for you. Like, I don't know exactly how tied in you are with that company, if you're the master blender or how that works, but we could focus a whole stream on it, or we could focus part of a stream on it if you want, or you could just send them my way and I can drink them and tell people about them on a stream alone. You let me know. All right. What am I doing now? Let's get some glasses labeled. Let's get some glasses labeled here. So what I've got here, I'm going to be putting on some stickers. While I do this, I'll remind you guys about the giveaway tonight. The giveaway is a bottle of Michter's 10 Rye from 2021, which to me was a good year for Michter's 10 Rye. I like the 21s, and I have an 18 open. It's like 2/3 of the way gone. But I think as far as these things go, the 21s are really fantastic. This is the first prize in tonight's giveaway. The information you can see at the bottom of the screen. You can PayPal, Venmo, and save me, give me a few extra bucks, or go through YouTube Super Chat. Whichever way you want to do it is fine by me. Second place winner gets a sample pack of every whiskey that I'm going to taste tonight. Rise, and then the new limited Yellowstone and limited Remus Repeal Batch 6. So let's get into this now. I'm going to label the glasses 1 through 7. So thank you for bearing with me as I do this. While we're doing this, let me know what whiskeys you've been picking up, what you've been seeing in your area as well. I haven't been out hunting, so I know that the single Rickhouse Russell's is dropping, and that is one that I desperately want to try. I want to get my hands on one of those Wild Turkey 12-year exports going into the Asian markets. I would love to find one of those, obviously on secondary, because I'm not flying to Asia anytime soon. Although I think my little sister, she's 21 years old now, but I think my little sister is going to be studying abroad in Japan in the spring. So maybe I can fly out there and visit her and pick up one of those wild turkeys. Who knows? Oh, Nancy. Been the master blender since 2014. I didn't realize it had been that long. That is awesome. Yeah, Lancy, I would love to do another stream with you. I got such great feedback the last time you were on. And I mean, I'm sure everybody that has you on their channels gets fantastic feedback, but I thought it was a lot of fun and just a great hang. Really cool. And Nancy, the second half of a lot of those samples that you sent me, some of the ones that were like, never before seen type stuff straight from the barrel, I gave to a good buddy of mine, Frank, who lives close. He's somebody that I felt could really appreciate some of those, the international whiskeys, as well as some of the bourbons that you sent along. So I said, hey, man, he watched the stream and I gave those samples to him. And I'm just, like to kind of pass it along if I can at any point. All right, almost done labeling here, I promise. 6 and 7, and then we're going to be done. I am going to do my best to not screw this up, but I think this should be fairly easy. Logistically, I mean. Rick Rock says, what's the Venmo account? It's C Leach Music. CLEACH Music. It should be in the description of the video that you're watching here, whether it's on your phone or on a computer. All right, everything is labeled. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to pour these straight away in this order, and then I'll mix them up. So in glass 1 is going to be Sherbrooke. We can talk about the rye whiskeys that I'm going to be tasting tonight more generally here. 3 of them, these 3, Sherwood, Sherbrooke, Mount Vernon Rye. These are all 14-year MGP ryes, part of the Maryland Heritage Collection. So I wanted to put them all together and do a flight, but I thought, let's extend that. Those are all Indiana ryes. Let's put them up against Kentucky ryes, the Michter's Barrel Strength 2021, Matt Porter's pick, the ADHD Fishing 6-year rye from Bardstown Bourbon Company, Kentucky Owl Batch 3, and Turkey Cornerstone. Oh, turn it around here. Turkey Cornerstone Rye. So this is our flight tonight. Glass 2 is going to be Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. Glass 3 is going to be Sherwood. 4 is ADHD. 5 is Kentucky Owl. 6 is the Turkey. And 7 is Mount Vernon. So let me get these poured, and then we're off to the races. Nancy, I'll see you later. I see your chat right now. I'll catch you later. Enjoy your dinner out on the West Coast. Okay, I can't pour this much whiskey. I'll never wake up in the morning if I pour that much in each glass. Okay. Let's see. Donnie just picked up ECBP C922 yesterday. Have all the 21s and the 22s now. That's awesome, man. Trying to make sure each one of these has the same amount in the glass, more or less, just to ensure, that I don't know which one is which based on a low pour amount. Okay. See what else we got here. James Morgan says, any Scotch fans? I have a few standouts that might or might not make it to the States soon, just depending on exchange rates. I'm definitely a Scotch fan. I'm not like as hip to all the new releases and stuff, but I am definitely a Scotch fan. My wife and I both. Okay, got Porter's Rye poured out. 3 more pours. 3 more freaking pours. I keep over pouring all these damn bottles. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing 7 ryes tonight. This was a little bit silly, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, a little bit more on this one. All right, one more. Everyone's bailing out of the stream. They're like, this is so boring. I know, this is boring for me too. I should have gotten this done before the stream, but we're playing Carmina Burana this week. I don't know if any musicians or music lovers in the house know that piece, but it's an epic piece. You would know O Fortuna, which is the opening and the final movement of the piece. You hear it in movies and stuff like that. Okay, we are off to the races now. Let's get these put away. Here we go. Scott JG, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I'll get you in here. as I'm mixing up these rye whiskeys. All right, Scott, I will get you down for 4 entries. Thank you so much. Dave says, did I miss anything? Just a review of the Yellowstone 22 and the Remus Repeal Batch 6. Not a big fan of the Remus 6. I think it's overpriced, and at this point, the profile is a little too young for me. But the Yellowstone 2022, I liked it at first. Found a weird note on the finish at the very end of me tasting it that I didn't pick up until I stopped drinking it, basically. Enjoy the 21 more on that, but, you know, it kind of is what it is at this point. I think the pricing is a little out of hand for that 2022, but I think in general, they're getting at least better from the 2020 Armagnac finished Yellowstone, so whatever. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting blind. Look, man, when you got 7 over 1 ounce pours of these rye whiskeys, sometimes you got to put them back in the bottle. Toshi, man, what's up? Thank you for $50 super chat. That is way too generous of you, man. Thank you so much. Love a rye flight. Will be fun to watch pouring some 4-Gate Port Peri Peri. I have not had that, but I hear that it's incredible. So enjoy that. Dunny likes his Tamdu Batch 6. Tamdu is so good, Dunny. Okay. Yes, please click that like button, says Amy. Please, 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 please. Joe says, make sure you drink that snake oil vitamin mix at every whiskey too. Hey, they contacted me to sponsor the channel, which is kind of funny. And I said no because it gave me an allergic reaction. The last live stream I did, I literally said, if Z-Biotics ever contacted me, I wouldn't be able to do it for a sponsorship because I want to be able to talk about products that I actually use and work for me. And I break out in like I get hives all over my body from probiotic stuff, I guess. And Z-Biotics did that to me. So they contacted me literally the next day after the stream that I said that on. And I said no. And they have some other brands they work with. It's a marketing agency that does this for a lot of brands. And Manscaped is one of the brands and ExpressVPN. So I said maybe on those two. So I need to get back to them on it. But if I could get Manscaped to sponsor the channel, I'm down. I don't use the products, but I'm sure I would. Let's just say that. We'll leave it there. Oh, that's funny. Rick, I got your $5 super chat on Venmo. Thank you so much, Rick Rock. I got you. I appreciate it, man. I think I'm all caught up on everything now. So we're pretty well mixed up here. I've been mixing these things up as we've been going. The bottoms of the glasses are labeled, and I won't look at that until the end of the flight, okay? Unless I break a glass and have to redo it all. Yeah, man. Carmina Burana. So let's start. Let's get it more into view here for all of you. We're going to start over on this side, your left. So this is going to be considered glass number 1. All right. So here we go. Let's check this out. Yeah, this is so. What I'm going to do is go through and nose all of these first. I'm going to take some notes. You know what? Maybe I should do it this way. You live and learn, right? I'm going to label all of these glasses on the sides of them so that when I start reordering them, I can talk about them intelligently. Let's do it that way. This is the Matt Porter method, I believe. Sometimes he gets confused. I feel like I'm about to get confused, but I'm going to try to not have that happen. Okay, so I'm going to label these A, B, C, D, E all the way down to G. Are you ready for this to get off the rails? Because that's seems like the direction we're headed in now. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight, by the way. I really appreciate you being here for a little bit of a late night stream. It's going to be fun. All right, glass A. I'm going to take some notes. This thing is super sweet and super herbal. Like total vanilla frosting. Oh my God. This is incredible. Vanilla frosting in glass A. Kind of has that Indiana vibe to it. Like this could be an Indiana rye whiskey. Although with the real kicker of this rye flight is Matt Porter's rare character pick, because it's a Kentucky rye that behaves like an Indiana rye in a lot of ways. So this is really sweet vanillas, kind of a dark burnt cherry, burnt orange. And kind of a nice herbal quality to it. That is fantastic. I don't even need to write anything down yet. That's amazing. That's a great nose. All right, let me check it. Who gets a hangover? Darn lightweights. Look, it happens. Tom Snyder, what is up, man? Thanks for jumping in. And Dunny likes C922 the best of the 2022. I have not tried C922 of Larceny or Elijah Craig yet. So, all right. So I really like A. B is a little more muted on the nose. Still a very sweet rye. But there's not the rich, dark fruit character of A. A is so full-bodied and full of flavor. B has a ginger note to it. This ginger note that I'm talking about is I've started calling it ginger, but it's that Lysol wipe note that I've mentioned in previous videos before. It's like a Lysol wipe that you throw away in the trash can, and then you come back 2 hours later and the trash can still smells like Lysol wipe. That's kind of the note, where it's a little stale. B has a little bit of that. I'm going to write this down. Lysol/ginger, lighter, sweet. A was just incredible. Wow. Let's go to C now. B could have also been an Indiana rye, but I'm not here to try to guess that necessarily. Maybe I'll try at the end. All right, Wigmaster, this is a great question as we go through this. So in total, we have 3 Indiana ryes versus 4 Kentucky ryes tonight. Although the one Kentucky rye, again, behaves like an Indiana. So it's like the ultimate trick of the 7. My main difference is Indiana ryes are going to be more herbal. 95.5 is what we're talking, MGP. So it's going to be more of an herbal rye component, like pine, eucalyptus, dill, mint, spearmint, like any of those notes. And a lot of times those will have kind of like a full cinnamon note to them, full-bodied cinnamon note, maybe some dark fruits. It just kind of depends. It's either going to be a dark fruit at a certain age, or it's going to go the way of like candied orange. Those are kind of the differences. That's all Indiana. Kentucky ryes are going to be more corn sweet, as you would expect. Barely legal ryes, typically from Kentucky, 51% rye most of the time. So you're going to get more corn sweetness. You're going to get, more of a bourbon profile, I guess. And a lot of the Kentucky ryes vary pretty greatly, in my opinion, in their profiles. So like Michter's barrel strength rye to me has a little bit of like we're doing that tonight, but I haven't tasted this in months. It's a little bit of like I don't know, a toasty kind of note to it. Pikesville is very bourbon sweet, very caramel forward with a little bit of a mint in there to let you know that it's a rye. The Michter's 10 rye is super vanilla, marshmallow, creamy, all that kind of stuff. So to me, it's more like I know the Indiana profile, and then the Kentucky is like everything that's not that. That then I can start to try to pinpoint where it might come from in Kentucky, distillery-wise, but I just have to make sure that it's not Indiana first, is the way I look at it. Let's go to glass C now. Huh. It seems similar to A. And again, a lot of these, 3 of these are Maryland Heritage Rye Series, so some of them are going to be very similar. Yeah, this one seems like, I don't know. Let me go to D and come back to C. Whoa. D is completely different. Okay. I'm glad I'm glad that happened. D smells like a cheap Buffalo Trace product. That's very weird. I feel like that could either be like the turkey. I don't imagine that to be the Michter's. D is all honey. Honey and cinnamon. Wow. I just tried to open my pen by doing this on the pen side. It's going to be a long night. D is honey, cinnamon, and D smells young as hell. Oh, it's almost artificially, it smells like Benchmark. Yeah, so C, A and C are very similar. And I think A is the standout over C. It's more full-bodied. It's got more spice, more sweetness, just basically more of everything. Yeah, C is just muted on the nose. All right, glass E now. Oh, that's so weird. All right, I think we're starting to get into some of the Kentucky stuff on this side. One of these could be a Kentucky rye. A, B, and C. I think one of them could be Kentucky. I think D is something really weird. Probably the Wild Turkey Cornerstone. And E is also... E smells like bubble gum. Yeah, totally. Bubblegum, super sweet. Just candy. It's almost like, you guys ever had Zots before? Zots candy. Like the inside is that fizzy stuff when you break through it. But the outside, you can get like the red ones, the green ones. I think there's probably purple ones too. I like E. I like the nose on E. I think that's really good. But it's not nearly what Glass A is. Glass A is incredible. So far, it's my favorite on the nose, I would say. Wigmaster says that ginger is in an Indiana giveaway. Yeah, that I would agree with that. And like the Mount Vernon to me has like a really strong, I remember this having a really strong ginger note. Well, let's see. I mean, let's see how his ride does in this flight. I don't know yet. I don't know. All right. So these are just nosing notes. On to glass F now on the nose. Whiskey Time says, howdy, y'all. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, my God. Glass F. Jeez. Oh, my God. That is unbelievable. Oh, it's so sweet. So much vanilla sweetness in this glass. Spearmint, toothpaste, and vanilla sweetness. A little bit of that saccharin kind of toothpaste note in here. Oh, and pine. That is, glass F is heavenly. A and F are the standouts. Yeah. Wow. That's great. All right, let's go to glass G on the nose and see what this is all about. Horses and bourbon. Dude, what is up? Late getting here. What's the shortened version? Hang on a second. All right. Here's the thing. I am going to try to call these whiskeys at the end. I'm going to try not only to call the state, but I'm going to try to call what whiskey each of these is. I will say the last time I had Wild Turkey Cornerstone, probably 3 weeks ago. Last time I had Porter's Rye, probably 3-4 weeks ago. Kentucky Owl has been several months. The Michter's 3 to 6 to 9 months. I mean, it's been a long time since I've tried this bottle. Let's say 3 months. Sherbrooke, I drink this one somewhat frequently. I like it. Sherwood, probably been about a month. So I'm a little out of practice with most of these whiskeys here. But I am going to try to guess at the end because I think it's going to be fun. Some of these I think I know, but if you go into it thinking that and then you're wrong in the end and you based your flavor profile on what you think you like, that's not the right way to do it. So I'm getting a rubbery note out of Glass G. It's just, Glass G just smells like a bourbon. Yeah, it smells like dark cinnamon cherry notes, bourbon notes, a little rubbery. Yeah. So, not my favorite. I would say right now on the nose, my order is going to go A. I think my order on the nose is, let's see, I got to compare A to F. F is so good, but A is also so good. Wow, those are both incredible. Huh. Some of these, I don't know what they could be. All right, I got to give myself a break real quick. Yeah, Matt, your pick is in here, man. And I don't know. We're going to see what happens here on the nose. I'm going to try to rank these on the nose real quick and then go to the palates for each of these. I'm trying to get through them quick. I know it's a late stream, so try not to take too freaking long on this. Summarize life for me, says Wigmaster. Yeah, Jeff, I mean, we reviewed Yellowstone, we reviewed Remus 6, and now we're into this rye blind, and yeah, it's a lot to review. I've already reviewed it once earlier, so I'm not going to review it again, but it's been a good stream so far, man. Hey guys, don't give Jeff such a hard time. Jeff, I hung out with Jeff at the Junkies Hang, Horses and Bourbon. I loved hanging out with Jeff. Sarah and I had a great freaking time. All right. Oh, look who's here. Cheers to you, dude. Whiskey Tornado's in the house. Okay, let's try to rank these on the nose. Oh my God, Glass A, man. It's crazy how much Glass E smells like freaking bubble gum. That is so crazy. Oh, I don't know what to do. I think Glass D is probably my least favorite on the nose. Let's just say that. Yeah. I don't know. Glass C, lots of orange. God, A, B, and C are just incredible. Like to start this flight with glasses A, B, and C, and then try to go into these other ones makes life very difficult. All right, we got 75 in the house. You're just sitting here watching me smell bourbon, trying to figure out what the hell I think about them. So thank you for being here. Hit that like button on your way in. And Rob D with a $20 super chat, getting in on the giveaway tonight. Rob, thank you so much. Got you entered. You're good to go there. And hey, for all of you jumping in now, after you hit that like button, check out the giveaway. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It is a bottle of Michter's 10 Rye up for grabs tonight. You know the rules. Every $5 gets you entered into the win. Super Chats, Venmo, PayPal, all the information for Venmo, PayPal is in the description of the video. Second prize is going to be winning a sample pack of all the ryes that I tried tonight, which are what you see on the table right now. Some incredible ryes, plus Yellowstone Limited 2022 Remus Repeal Batch 6. There we go. All right, Whiskey Tornado with the $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Awesome. Cam, you'll appreciate this. My junior year in high school, I got to play under John Williams. I do appreciate that. That would be very cool. Yeah, with sexy fishnet, says Wigmaster. Yeah, I'm including the fishnet, free of charge. Oh, someone take a screenshot of that, and let's hold Matt to that. And I'm gonna try to figure out which one is his and put it in first. Thanks, Matt. All right, I got you. Amy says, love how Cam has a blind of 7 ryes that he will likely identify, and I can barely tell rye from bourbon. Thanks, Amy. Lord Jules, no, Remus 6 is a pass. 100% pass in my mind. I'm picky, but comparing it to batch 2, which was not my second favorite batch. No comparison. Oh gosh, Bill Scott, thank you. Rye time, I can dig it. Man, thank you for the super chat, Bill. You guys are incredible with the super chats tonight. I seriously appreciate you. And AC Jones, always appreciate you and the honesty. I appreciate you hanging out, supporting the channel, and thank you. Got you entered for the giveaway. Always gonna be honest, even at the expense of whatever. All right, let's just taste these damn things. I don't need to. Let me rank them on the nose. Let me legitimately try. Let me legitimately try this. Josh just sent me a screenshot. It's funny. Glass F is very nice. I don't understand Glass E. I don't understand this bubblegum whiskey that I'm smelling here. I really, really like that. And Glass D, I'm not a big fan. Matt, if yours is Glass D, dude, I'm sorry, but it's probably going to get last place. I don't know, dude. D is going to get last place. G is going to get second to last. G has that rubbery note. I know what G is. G's Michter's. I can already tell. I'm not going to act like I don't know what it is. I will stake my life on, not my life. That's a little extreme. I will stake a bottle of Joseph Magnus cigar blend on the fact that G has to be Michter's barrel strength rye. Glass F is super sweet. That's incredible. Oh, man. I'm going to say F is in second place. A is in first place. I just got 3 more to put in an order for the nose before I go to the palate here. All right. So that is C. I need to get C, B, and E. C, B, and E in an order. Man, it's like, do you want... This is the thing about doing a rye whiskey flight like this. Like, do you value sweet or spice more in a flight? If you start thinking in that way, for me, it becomes too subjective. I mean, whiskey is inherently subjective, but I'm trying to think of this like the most integrated, well-constructed, put-together whiskey, not what my palate likes the best or my nose right now. So I'm trying to see past those things. It's hard with that Michter's and Glass G. Just gonna say that. But like Glass C versus Glass B comes down to like, what do you want, sweet or spice, you know? I think I want sweet on this. I think the sweet is a little bit of a more integrated profile overall, whereas C has a little more of a sharp edge. It's nice though, but A blows them both out of the water. It's like a combined version of both of them. So I'm gonna put B over C. And then I need to figure out where E falls in all of that. It's just a little more simple. E is a little more simple. Yeah, E smells like a finished Good Times. You ever had any of the Good Times finished stuff? Like, we have a blackberry rye Good Times. E smells like a blackberry brandy finished Good Times rye. So I like the profile, but it's a little more simple. And B is going to be over C. So my order right now on the nose, let me put these in that order for you. A, F, B, C, E, G, D. All right, so this is the order on the nose, and I'm going to go through the palettes on these and see if this holds true. We'll see if there's any flip-flops here. So Jeff, dude, $20 super chat. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Again, and he says, thanks, Cam. No, thank you, man. I really appreciate the support. Whoa. Did I just get... I hope this is a joking message here. Okay, sorry guys. Bill from the Whiskey Dick just sent me a DM and it says, geez, even your thumbnails look like Jason's. Come on. Well, not to put his DMs on blast live, but that's what he just sent me, and I don't know if that's a joke or not. So, nope. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. All right. I think it was the live stream thumbnail for tonight, which I've been using this live stream thumbnail format for several months at this point. I'm not worried about that shit anymore, if that's not a joke. Whatever. Okay. What are we doing? If F smells like waxy Crayola crayons. Crayons. How do I say that? Do I say crayons or crayons? Then it is Michter's. No, I think the Michter's is G. It smells like rubber and burnt toast. Amen to that, dude. Yeah. I mean, look, I appreciate the candor. Do appreciate that. I'm going to send a thumbs up back. Got a thumbs up. That's the K. That's just the letter K, basically. Oh, Lord Almighty. I've had enough drama at work the last couple of weeks that I'm so not in the mood for that, guys. All right, let's go. Let's go Glass A. Oh my God, that's so good. Glass A is so insane on the palate. Wow. So I'm going to go A to F, and I'm going to compare these two back to back on the palate because these are really close on the nose. F to me was a little sweeter, funky oak, lots of vanilla, spearmint, toothpaste, I said, saccharin sweetness. Oh, it's so good. A to me smells like an Indiana rye. It's so punchy. A has like a cola note to it, cherry cola. Although A feels to be missing a little bit of body to it for me. I wouldn't have expected that based on the nose. Hang on, I got to get that super chat in a second. Yeah, A on the nose, I felt like would have had more body than it does on the palate. So this could change up. Let's see. What does it say? You guys are cracking me up. I'm not going to put some of these things on screen. But I appreciate your support. I really do. Cam, Dan P signed you up. If you nail the Michters, I'll send you a Magnus cigar blend. If not, you owe me one. Is this a real bet? Because I'll place this bet right now. I swear to God I will. And you guys saw me. I mixed these things up. I do not know what is what. I have no idea what is what. Let me smell it one more time. I'll make that bet with you. I swear to God I'll make that bet with you. But either way, you sent a $50 super chat, which is insane. So thank you. Seriously, thank you for that. I got you in for 10 entries for the giveaway, but this is going to be hilarious if we make this happen. I don't want to take your cigar blend from you. I really don't. It's a real bet. I won't hold you to it because I'm going to win this bet. I am not trying to be a cocky dickhead. I swear to God. Cocky dickhead. Imagine that. I swear to God. You don't have to send me one, but I'm telling you, Glass G is Michters. I'm telling you. All right. Yeah, F is so good on the nose. Wow, the palate on F lasts forever. All that bright vanilla sweetness on there. Super spearminty. If I had to guess F right now, I would guess that F is Kentucky Owl. If I had to place a guess based on what I'm getting right now. I like that a lot. I think the palate's better than A, unfortunately. Oh, it's so hard to tell. So hard to tell. I promise you don't have to do that. I promise. Dan P, Daniel, I love your comment, man. Gary Franchi, a new $5 patron. Thank you, Gary. I just saw that come through. I appreciate it. All right. Let's go to some of these other ones here. Let's go to B and C and see what we're getting here. B is delightful. B is so, it's calm, it's tame on the nose. It's like the perfect integration of sweet and spice. It's a relaxed pour. No rough edges. A has some rough edges. C has some rough edges. Yeah. But B is very, very smooth. I hate to say that, but it really is. That's a damn good whiskey. It's a little okay. The mellowness of the nose, how tame it is. Unfortunately, on the palate, it goes a little bit flat. And like I said earlier, it's got that ginger note to it. It just kind of flattens things out. Gets a little bit bland and stale. And I don't know. Matt. Oh, dude. No way. Dude, let me know. Let me send you a FedEx label and whatever else you need from me. Please. That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. Imagine Shook doing this flight. He still be no. Look, I feel like I'm moving slow right now. I'm really trying to push through this flight. I promise. Let's go to Glass C. Black pepper. Ooh. That's a standout right there on the palate, Glass C. And I'm going to weigh palate more on this. So it's interesting to have the nose order, but I'm going to weigh the palate more on all of this. That's a standout. Whoa. Let's put that up against A. Wow. There's something about C that just keeps on going. Here I am. I haven't even used my spit cup. It's just, after the DM I got, I just need a few more drinks. Jem, I love your comment, man. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna move on here. Let's go to Glass E. Maybe there's a joke I missed. Maybe that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go to Glass E. This is the one that I said had almost like this bubblegum note to it, but also reminds me of that blackberry brandy finished Good Times rye. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about E. What a confusing night we're having here with this rye whiskey flight. What a confusing night. All right, so out of Glass E, I'm starting to get an oak funk out of this. And I said bubblegum. I'm telling you, what is going on with Glass D, man? It just smells like Benchmark, for real. E is giving me a wild turkey vibe now. Like there's something distinctly turkey funk. Be nice, guys. We're all, we're all friends here. We're all friends here. All right. Let my palate rest for a second. This is a really interesting flight. I am drastically confused at Glass D though, because I've got to be honest. I thought Glass D was the Wild Turkey Cornerstone because it's a really, really strange rye. But now I'm getting this kind of turkey vibe off of Glass E, and it's confusing me. I'm not here to guess them. That's not my point. I want to do it at the end, but now like everything I thought I was dealing with is kind of flipped around a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. What are you guys talking about? Batch 3? Of Kentucky Owl. Yeah, I've got a Batch 3 Owl. That's what this is right here. We got Randy Livingston coming in with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Randy. Much appreciated, my man. Make sure I got you. There we go. Boom, 4 entries. Thank you so much. Cheers, Cam. Just finished a lengthy double shift in the kitchen and enjoying a Restoration Rye by Castle and Key. I haven't had any of the Restoration Rye or any of the Castle and Key, like, self-titled stuff. You know what I mean? Like the Castle and Key small batch or whatever it was that they released. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't get a chance to try it. I've had the contract distilled stuff for Blue Run, which is fine. It seems like it 6, 8, 10 years old is going to be more in line with, honestly, maybe like a Four Roses kind of profile, but at this young of an age, it's a little bit sharp for me. But I haven't had any of their own stuff. So thank you for the chat, super chat, Randy. Appreciate you. Oh. Hang on, guys. I gotta read my DMs again. Matt Porter's in my DMs. Oh, man. I love you, Matt. You're the best, dude. I got another $50 super chat on PayPal. Let me get to that because $50 super chat, that's insanely generous. Who is this from? Amy, again, in it to win it. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you, Amy. Oh, my gosh. Amy, you're the Amy, I want to meet you in real life very badly. Sarah and I both want to. I will always pre-read DMs. Daniel. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you never will because I can't say it live. Okay. Matt Porter, I love you, man. I love you. This is stressful. Matt, how do you do these blind flights, dude? How do you do this? This is hard. All right. It's time to get this together, dude. Yeah, man. Wigmaster, I agree. I think look, no reason to be combative. Only ever look, compassion, kindness, truth, honesty, these are the things that win in my book. So no reason to ever be combative in my mind. Doesn't mean you can't feel upset or sad or angry about something, but just move on from it. All right. I think C is going to be maybe my favorite. C or B might be my favorite. Because on the palate, I mean, I need to... A's nose is so good, but the palate was just a little bit lacking. Yeah, B is a little bit of that flat thing going on. C moves up. I think C moves over A, and now I got to see how A and F line up. F is getting a little... Oh. All right. Matt Porter, man, how do you do this? For the 80 of you still hanging out, I can't believe you're still hanging out. I can't believe you're watching me just drink these random glasses without knowing what's in them. Usually I make the note cards. Tonight I don't have the note cards with me, so I do apologize. I can't show you what I'm drinking before I know what I'm drinking at the end. All right. Rob D says, I love Bardstown Ferrand. No, this is the thing, Rob. I actually liked Ferrand like a decent bit. I thought it was a solid pour until I did that comparison that Matt Porter actually mentioned a few weeks ago when it was the Rare Hair, the Ferrand, Chateau de la Baude 2. There was something else too. Anyways, that to me exposed some notes in the Ferrand that I had never really noticed. So Oh, can someone get that, guys? The spam in there. Rob D's calling some bottles right now, and you're not far away from where I'm at with some of those, in my mind. So that's cool to see. The Wild Turkey Cornerstone, if I wanted to call it, that would be a hard one to call right now. Strangely, I know the Mictors though. I will say that I know which one the Mictors is. Hang on, I gotta charge one of my AirPods. I'm listening to the music along with you guys, so that's why I have these in. I'm gonna taste Glass D. Oh no. Oh no. Matt Porter. Glass D might be Glass D might be your pick, dude. I'm like, why am I so confused by this? I think I might know why I'm very confused by it. And I've never picked up anything I'm picking up on that pour. If that's yours, I have never tasted it like I'm tasting it right now because it's next to all of these things. All right. Glass G. Yeah, still with that burnt toast rubber note. Ooh. Oh, it's so funky on the palate for me. Oof. I think that's last place on the palate. I think G is in last place on the palate. I can't stand that. All right, let's do D and E now. Oh, that just lingers too. That's so bad. I don't know why I don't like that so much. It's just that rubbery. What did I say? Burnt toast thing. Ugh. Yeah, that's weird. All right. Sorry guys. I know I'm not keeping up with chat right now. E is that bubblegum blackberry thing. And what was next to it was B. Yeah, and B. Okay. I think I have my order, and I think I know what all of these bottles are. I think I can call all 7 of these bottles now. Okay. I've got it. All right, guys. So here's the deal. From nose to palate, these things shifted drastically. Yeah, pretty darn drastically. So last place for me for this flight. Again, palate counts more for me on this. Last place is Glass G. My notes for Glass G: rubbery, burnt toast, funky. I said, and this is for the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend bet in the chat, I said this is Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. This is number 2, Glass 2. And 2 is Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. All right, so that's my last place. Please don't send me a Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. But I knew that right away. I knew it. All right. Yeah, it's number 2. And I had it. I promise it's on this. I promise it's on this. I'm not going to look at the chat anymore because I don't want to see any bottle guesses. I don't want you to think I'm being influenced. So Glass D was my 6th place. Glass D, my notes were honey, cinnamon, young. That was on the nose. And on the palate, it got much better. Still a confusing rye. Because of how confusing it is, I'm willing to bet that Glass D is Matt Porter's pick. Okay, so Glass D is number 4, and number 4 is the ADHD whiskey pick. So, Matt, you did not get last. I called it, but you did not get last. You got second to last. But honestly, up against these things, man, it's crazy because the Indiana part of this rye flight, it really took over. And then the Kentucky stuff stood out. And then your stuff, because of what it is, it's a 95.5 Kentucky rye, stood out the most. All right. So I know the Michter's Barrel Strength fans in the house are probably upset that Glass G, that was last. It's just never, I've always said it's not my thing. It's just not my thing. Okay. Glass E, I said I'm getting bubblegum. I'm getting a blackberry good times finish is what it seemed like. And then at one point I said, I think I'm picking up a turkey funk. So I'm going to say Glass E in 5th place is the Wild Turkey Cornerstone. I'll stand by that. It's number 6. 6 is Wild Turkey Cornerstone. All right, on to Glass B, which is in 4th place. Glass B seems to be an Indiana rye. So at this point, none of the bottom 3 are Indiana ryes, which means Indiana is spanking the shit out of this flight, okay? Glass B. Oh, I mixed these two up. This order is not correct. I don't think. Hang on. Between A and F. No. Hang on. Let me just make sure A and F are in the right order. I kept going back and forth on these. Okay. I mean, that could go either freaking way. Palate's more important, is what I said. I have to stick by that. I said palate's more important. So hang on. Let me one more sip of each. Okay. I was right. Glass B's in 4th. I said it's a little more muted, a little more relaxed, flatter ginger notes, a nice dark fruit. Said it's quite sweet. Glass B has to be an Indiana rye, no doubt about it. From the Maryland Heritage Collection, I think this is the Mount Vernon rye. So it's number 7, and number 7's Mount Vernon. All right. So top 3 now. Top 3 now. 2 Indiana ryes in the mix, and the Kentucky Owl is in the mix. I'm going to say this: Glass Glass F, which is in 3rd place. I was getting a lot of spearmint. I was getting kind of this oak funk, a lot of nice vanilla notes, a saccharin, toothpaste, sweetness, mintiness. And I said that this is the Kentucky Owl Rye. At least that's what I think it is, and it's in 3rd place for me. Yeah, it's so good. Glass F is number 5. Number 5 is Kentucky Owl. So top 2 now. If I can nail all of these, I'm going to feel really good. This was not even the goal. And this is not playing out how I thought this was going to play out. It's between A and C, and these were really hard to differentiate. Clearly, one is the Sherbrooke, one is the Sherwood from the Maryland Heritage Series. Both 14-year MGP ryes. Glass A on the nose, I like the best, but Glass C on the palate, I like the best. A on the nose was just so balanced between sweet and spice, incredible vanilla notes, incredible dark fruit, cinnamon, herbal, everything. It's all there. It's just so good on the nose. But the palate fell short a little bit because it felt like it fell off a little early. And I'm going to stand by that. Now, Glass C On the nose is a little more orange, a little woodier. So to me, the nose, I wanted a little more sweetness, but the palate, because it's a little woodier orange, it seems like a little more influence from the rye is coming through in terms of spice on the palate. And the palate just, it develops longer. I think the winning glass C, is Sherwood. And I think the second place glass is Sherbrooke. So glass C, the winning glass, I say is Sherwood, is number 3. Number 3 is Sherwood. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. All right. So this was a fun blind flight, and I honestly did not expect Sherwood to take the cake. I thought Kentucky Owl would take it, or Sherbrooke, because I love them so much. I expected Matt's rye to do way better because I love his rye. I've never tasted it next to these. That was a big shock for me. The Michter's is not a big shock to me. And I wasn't sure how easy to pick out the Master's Keep would be. It ended up being, at first I thought Matt's was the Master's Keep, but then along the way I found that turkey note in it. There's a turkey wood that comes in there, and I found that. So yeah, I don't know. This was a super fun flight, and the Maryland Heritage Collection, I feel like now, because of this flight, I have confirmed some of my suspicions on like what makes each bottle unique, where the Mount Vernon is darker, smoother, sweeter, but it's reserved. It's a little flat. Sherbrooke is the best of both worlds of the Sherwood and the Mount Vernon, but the palate falls short, but the nose is incredible. And then the Sherwood brings so much orange citrus and so much spice to the palate that it's a more enjoyable drinking experience. So that solidifies, I think I could call those now. If you put those 3 in a blind, I think I could order them pretty quickly. And then the Kentucky Owl really didn't taste like I remember the Kentucky Owl tasting. It didn't taste quite the same next to these other pours. So that one was kind of confusing at first. So I don't know. Lord Jules, yeah, this is my first bottle of Cornerstone. I got this like last year on secondary, so it's only been open for probably about a year, I would say. You guys are awesome. Sorry, I'm checking the chat now. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. No, I'm telling you, I nerd out about this stuff, guys, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun. And this was a lot of fun tonight. So yeah. Anyways, no, Daniel, man, I'm telling you, I haven't tasted each of these in a couple of weeks. Some of them for 3 to 6 months. But that's the other thing about tasting whiskey, guys, is, and please don't think that I'm preaching to anybody, because that's not what I'm trying to do here. Like I feel like I'm learning every day about this stuff. And when I come on these live streams, sometimes I feel like I can help teach a concept, and other times I feel like I'm totally a newbie learning those concepts for the first time on a live, especially when you do different comparisons next to each other. But one thing about whiskey, and I think wine is the same way, you have to remember so much information. Like if someone describes to me a whiskey, I need to be able to get close to what that whiskey is just from their description of what it tasted like, you know? When I taste a whiskey, I'm just always trying to input in my head, in that file, like what I'm getting in that moment, try to call upon it later. But one thing that I think is interesting and that I didn't quite realize that I even had was taste memory and smell memory. Over the last few years of doing this with all this whiskey, it's become interesting to be able to taste something and call upon those memories so quickly, you know? So I don't know. Amy, yeah, I did. Yeah. But the taste memory is a really cool thing. And I don't quite have it with Scotch the way that I used to have it. because I just haven't been in that world as much. I'm getting a little rosy. You can see it. But with American whiskey, I feel like when it comes to the main distilleries, I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on things now, which is cool. Taylor, dude, the Heritage series, these are insane ryes. Some of the best ryes I've ever had, man. No, Staves and Grain. No, I don't think I've had any of their single barrels. No. Rob, that's a great comment. Sherwood and Sherbrooke sound like competing country clubs. I love that. That's funny. And Mount Vernon, yeah. That's the odd one out, I guess, huh? Okay. Let's do the giveaway, guys. So let's cut the giveaway off. Okay. I got another super chat. Let's cut the giveaway off at 12:18. So about 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes from now, we're going to cut the giveaway off. So if you want to get in a final super chat, you can. You've been so generous tonight. Please don't feel like, you need to do anything else. I mean, this is incredible. If you want more chances to win the bottle, that's amazing. If you're super chatting for support, please, you don't need to do that. I promise. You've been so generous this evening. Let's see if I can get my PayPal to load here on this. It's Venmo. Taylor, who was it that did this? Taylor, yeah, it was Taylor. $15 super chat. Thank you, Taylor. I'll get you in here, man. Here we go. With 3 entries. Boom. Rob says ADHD Nulu right. Let me grab that. That's a great call out. I have so many bottles on the floor behind me that you can't see because I have to pour a bunch of samples tomorrow for a lot of different folks. And I have them all laid out on my floor, and I'm going to just trip. I'm going to trip over myself. I need a glass here for the ADHD Nulu Rye pick, which this Nulu Rye, I wish I would have thought to include this in the flight. Oh, it's such a good rye. All right. James says, add water. It works for cast strength scotch, but beware the mineral content. Okay, what do we got here? Super chat from Jeff says one more time, getting in for another 2 entries. Thank you, Jeff. Right before we cut off here, horses and bourbon. Jeff, boom, 2 entries. I gotcha. Yeah, we got 30 seconds left on the giveaway. Let me taste this ADHD Nulu Rye. Jeez. It's much higher proof than the winning Sherwood Rye. And Sherwood definitely has the age and the depth on it. But Matt's Nulu Rye. Oh, that's so good for a 6-year rye. I think it's 6 years. Yep. That's amazing. Yeah, Daniel, this might actually, you're right. I should probably blend all of these together. And I won't do it with any of the stuff from earlier in the stream. All right, guys, giveaway is officially cut off. Let's do it. Let me make sure Venmo, PayPal doesn't have anything else. No, we are good. So, how many entries into this giveaway? 129. Wow. That is incredible. 129 entries into tonight's giveaway. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel and doing that. I can't say thank you enough. So, we're going to do 7 spins. We're going to do 7 spins on the randomizer, and I will share my screen so that you guys can see it so that it's fully transparent. Hang on. Having an issue in my spreadsheet. Okay, here we go. Let's scroll down, do this. coffee and let's put it in the randomizer. Boom. There we go. Okay, so let me share this with you. Cool. Jeb says, great stream tonight. Really enjoy this. Think the mixtures gets any better with water added? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Before we do the giveaway here, we're going to have a sharp drop off after the giveaway. I know that. So I will make people wait a little bit longer and put a little water in the mixer's rye. And this is not the toasted rye. This is just the barrel strength rye. The toasted rye, honestly, such a great drinking experience. It's just the nose still has that rubbery thing on it for me. No, not better with water. I'll taste it. Palate better with water. The nose is still a little funky. The palate is all dark chocolate now, which I like. So, okay, here we go. Let's add this. I just lost my music feed. My left AirPod died. Let me put my right AirPod back in, which has been charging. There we go. All right. I got to yank this out of here. There we go. All right. Let's do 7 spins on the randomizer. Number 1 gets the Michter's 10-year rye whiskey. Boom. There we go. And number 2 gets epic sample flight from tonight's endeavors. Here we go. Randomize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 final spin. Here we go. 7. Boom. So Randy Livingston coming in with the Michter's 10 rye win. And Josh Horn, my buddy locally here, is going to get an epic sample pack. Although I let him drink my whiskey every Monday night. Anyways, I'm just kidding, Josh. I love you. I know you went to sleep. Josh is going to win the sample pack. So that's who we got. Randy and Josh, congrats to both of you guys. Randy, I've got your information, man. But if you wouldn't mind sending me an email just to remind me so I have everything and it's at the top of my inbox, please do that. drumsanddrams@gmail.com. You know the email address. Probably got it saved from our last emails. So let me write this down in my notes real quick, and then we're going to wrap the stream up and call it a night. Let's see. Giveaway. What day is it? September 29. Randy L. Michter's 10. Josh Horn. Samples. Boom. Congrats, guys. All right, so I think that's going to do it. Let me make an infinity glass of all of those ryes. Let's do this. I won't include Matt's Nulu rye since that was a late addition. Yeah, it looks to be about, 3 ounces of rye left over here, which means I drank too much. You can see my face is very red. Let's give it a little time to marry in the glass. All right. Mingle in the glass with a Matt Porter SJ. There you are, Randy. Awesome, man. Congrats. Amy. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry. Amy, I'll send you, Amy, I'll send you whatever you want. You're just the best. Whatever you want, just tell me. I'll send it to you. I feel bad. Yeah, Nimrax. Where's my Magnus cigar blend? I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's not even fair. That's not fair. All right, let's taste this Infinity Rye here. Ooh, that's really good. It just, as with a lot of blended stuff that you do at home, it canceled itself out in the finish and it just totally died off. but the flavor profile is excellent. It's actually really good. I might actually put that in a sample bottle and save it for later. No, you do not need to do that. Please, I will not send you my address. I don't want that cigar blend. I love and appreciate the bet. I really do. But no way. Caleb, thank you for saying this. I get that rubbery thing in Michter's bourbon, just not just the rye. No, I get it in the bourbon too. I don't think I get it in the barrel strength bourbon. But I definitely get it in the toasted bourbon. The toasted thing really makes it obvious. Usually mellows on the bourbon after the bottle's been open for a couple weeks. I have a decanter full of Michter's, where's it at? Back there. A bottle full of Michter's straight up small batch. It's probably 2 years in that decanter at this point. Actually, 2.5 years in the decanter. So it's probably mellowed out by this point, you know? Oh, Matt Porter, I love you, dude. Oh, Matt Porter, dude. Matt is my new best friend. We had such a great time. Maybe it's just me. Maybe Matt was like, this sucks. But when we hung out at the Pours in the Park with the junkies, man, it was so fun to hang out with you, Matt. I'm being sappy now. No, Daniel, don't send my address. No, I don't want. Look, I want cigar blend. Of course I want cigar blend. Not over a bet like that. It was not a fair bet. I knew it was the Michters. Whoa. Dude, if they got Matt, I love you. Can I just claim these Jacobs Wells? I want one so bad. Besties for life. Oh, I love it. All right, guys. Look, I know things with the channel have been slow. I've been in a negotiation recently. Maybe I shouldn't even say this publicly. I've been in a negotiation recently I'm in a very strange position with one of the jobs that I do. And I'm not going to give more details on what that is in case anybody from that job watches this. It's always weird when you put things out in public. But I've been in a very strange negotiation about money recently, and I may end up just quitting that job if things don't work out. I was supposed to know how everything ended up today, and it didn't quite work that way, and I'm supposed to know in the morning. But needless to say, that has taken like my full attention over the last couple of weeks of just trying to figure all of this stuff out. And so yeah, obviously, Drums and Drams, the channel goes through ups and downs. Of course, that's just how things are and whatever. But you can expect more content after this weekend, which is a weekend of shows for me, performances. And then I have 3 or 4 weeks away from any performances. It's just practice time and content creation time. So I just wanted you to know, like, no, I'm not just doing live streams at this point. So, yeah, as far as Tuesday taste-alongs go, I've been doing Sunday sip-alongs to kind of make up for the Tuesdays that I do have work conflicts, which is becoming more often than not, unfortunately. Just keep an eye on the channel. You know, I'm going to let you know what's going on at any given time. But thank you for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Daniel, I will have some more time for those after Saturday. So things are just, I can't go into too much detail about it. Maybe on my Patreon, I'll do a stream and talk about it more in detail. But things have been really, really messy for me, work life and financial wise, just recently in terms of, yeah, it just is what it is. So, all right, I'm out. Oh, ISO. I don't. Matt, I thought you had a Jacob's Well. I am not trying to steal your thunder, dude. I thought you had a Jacob's Well. Sorry. Yeah, no. If you can get both and you don't want one of them, absolutely feel free. But no, I was not trying to steal Matt's thunder at all, or yours if it's a bottle you want. So, all right, guys, I'm out. Peace. Thank you so much. I'm going to end with the final sip of this crazy infinity glass that I've made. See you guys soon, either Sunday or Thursday. Let me think about what Sunday is. I'm recording a podcast with somebody on Sunday at 7. So I don't know. Either look out for a Sunday sip along or a Tuesday taste along in the next week. See you on the next live stream. I'm going to try to have a video out before then. Adios. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out.